available options with the way that I talk about them. But it's just because, like, of a small idiosyncrasy, which is that fashion clips, like, through objects, right? And it just makes it less appealing. Let's see if I can find an example. I try to avoid, like, introducing it. So right here, you can see this back piece, right? The bearskin hound mantle up here. This, like, wolf face, whatever this beast is, right? You can see how the wool, or the fur, is clipping through the back piece. You can also see how the staff, Nevermore, is clipping through the back piece, right? Now, what is tremendous is that in no place do you find it more than when trying to do fashion on the Char. Like, the Char are just the worst when it comes to clipping fashion outfits and options. And so that's why I hate the Char. But they do have the absolute best RP in the game. The best RP guilds, yeah. And the Char are the home to my favorite character, which I won't mention. But, yeah, it is a good time. It is a good time to be in the Black Citadel and just kind of wandering around here. How about we follow this cub around? Where are you going? Where are you going, cub? So, shifting gears, I've been thinking a lot about food prep, right? I have watched several videos over the years where bodybuilders do all of their meal prep on Saturday, they do all of their meal prep on Sunday. It ends on Friday, and then they begin again with like a cheat meal Saturday, and then they go back into the swing of things and just make the same boring, protein, carbs, fiber on Sunday. What kind of meal options would survive a whole week in the fridge? These are questions I have. These are some questions, why is it that it's very typical to have no more than 3 days in like professional restaurant circumstances? I don't know. I'm sure, food safety is, quite scientific, and there's a good reason for this. But what I don't understand, actually, is why some foods would last longer than others, and how can I do that while introducing ingredients that are more herbs, spices, and roots? For example, like rosemary, garlic, turmeric. Like adding these things to food, from what I'm hearing or reading, preserves them by decreasing the opportunities for mold to develop. I need some way of stabilizing my diet so that I can start saving a little bit more for production in 2026. This is very important. And something that's been a bit of an excuse has been the loss of my bento boxes. Dastardly dastards. Never again will I let people... You know what? It's funny. I never had to give out my bento box. I just enjoyed, these people, my friends, acquaintances, I guess now, so much. I just really wanted them to experience what it's like for me to carry my food around. But this generous extension of friendship seems to have been a bit lost on these people, and noted. I'm learning from that. Not having a small, portable, leak-proof, lightweight container to carry my food around in has really strained my budget. as well as kind of made it difficult for me. It's inconvenienced me, and that inconvenience creates so many excuses. Like, I just don't want to bear the responsibility of all the effort to like make all this stuff happen. And you know, boo-hoo, woe is me. I don't have my bento box. Like, what? It's real. It's what this is real. This is where we're at. And it's not that big of a problem because I'm aware of it, but it is kind of obnoxious. Like, maybe don't do that. Less is more. Really, less is more. So let's get back. Let's, you know, continue on this thread here. So we got potatoes, carrots, chicken breast. Does it have to be more complicated than that? I mean, people are winning Mr. Olympia with this. Obviously not Natty, but like, like, do I really have to be this difficult about it? You know, I don't. And this kind of gets back to something that I wanted for 2026, which is to make less excuses. It is so easy for me to make excuses. Where were we? Yeah, so mixing it up again. We have the chat now, and the chat is around here in this area. Let's see if we can do a little circle here. So we have Twitch chat, which is going to be there. If I could ever figure out multi-streaming, then all the chats will be there. But that'll take us some more time. Yeah, we do have time. That's another thing, is like how to separate my time. Divvying up my time and prioritizing certain tasks is something that I've struggled with. It's easier for me to be motivated when inspired and just kind of, you know, the ball is already rolling, and it's just up to me to give it a little push to get it to snowball. Like, this is so much easier, you know, the motivated, passionate aspects of things make creativity so easy, effortless. But when I don't have that, I tend to sit and to wallow and to ruminate. And then there's a paralysis by analysis, which is just gross, unproductive, stale, trite, frustrating. Oh. And we really have a lot to work with. But I should probably be blocking my time. Maybe 1 to 3 hour blocks. I only have like 3 major priorities right now in life, outside of just like survival, you know? And so maybe 9 hours, yeah, maybe 12-hour, somewhere around like 12-hour work weeks would be fine if I can block my time up. The other thing too is I completely neglect exercise. Yes! And I do have some help with that. Big shout outs to them, they know who they are. And yeah, something in me instinctually recognizes that I just scrap everything I said and make sure that I'm exercising 3 to 5 days a week, that everything just kind of comes together. And I think that's because of the nature of macros and recovery. Because like, if it's horrible to not get the proper macros. And you know, just try to keep up with like a busy exercise schedule, busy workout schedule, or whatever. So we don't want to do that. I've already, you know, when was the last time I was determined to exercise? It was like maybe March. I want to say March of 2025, maybe further back than that. But I remember just being exhausted, and I was overtrained, and my recovery was terrible. And so this, you know, led to me just giving up on the whole thing for like a year, you know? So, man, less is more. Less is really more. How do we find balance? This is difficult. It's always the difficult thing, is finding the balance. How do we balance our time and our effort. I wonder. I really do. I wonder sometimes. Do you have a wonder? I know what I'm singing. I'm singing a song. We're gonna do it. First though, I'm going to South Sun Cove just to RP walk my way around. South Sun Cove is one of my favorite places to farm, although I don't know that we can farm anymore as a community in South Sun Cove. But Karka farming is so, like, I don't know, I enjoy it very much. Maybe more than I should admit. I wonder if there's anything actually going on in South Sun Cove. What is this? Get Reaper's harvest sickle or glyph of reaping before entering. To harvest the ascended plants, please. What? Oh, full nodes. I want this. I want this. I always want this. Where am I going? Join Homestead. I found what I was after. Free loot. That's all I really care about. Free loot. Yeah, that reminds me, again, kind of mixing it up. What a wonderful home. Sup, bear? Honor bearer and be a donk. Yeah, homestead. See, I've not really spent much time in the homestead department of things. What's this dude? Merchant Nin? No, I'm good. Mr. Quiggles, hi. But yeah, ranting on. Ranting on my wayward son. There be Gil when you are gone. Yeah, dailies. I've been thinking about dailies, and like, I kind of feel like I'm, you know, shooting myself in the foot by not doing dailies and such. But really, like, I am such a slave to many other things. Like, the last thing I want to do is have a routine around dailies. But maybe weeklies. I think weeklies might be reasonable. Yeah.
It'll fetch a nice
and
price.
Login rewards, like even not, so not even, it's not even dailies. What I'm really, the heart of what I'm referencing is login rewards, right? The games that I play, a handful of them, they have a significant emphasis on a daily login reward or grind, and I'm like, suspicious. It's so suspicious to me that those exist. It bugs me, but it's also kind of convenient. Like I've always considered them as a, you know, beneficial thing, etc. But are they really? I don't know that they are. But whenever I take a long layoff from games and then I come back to them, I'm like, I could have had all this extra. It's like I still have like 20 gold and no extra resources. There's two ways to go about thinking about this. And I think one of it is like just like IRL currency conversion. Like if you think about how much a gold, let's say, if you think about how much GPM is available, we're looking at 20 to 30, right? With a nominal effort. Gold per hour. But like, if you were to look at a basic hourly, right? Like that is so much more of an optimized or proficient way to farm gold in the game than chasing after some gold per minute. Like, egad. Yeah, Eureka though. I spent so much time in doing like, you know, chasing after GPM. But majority of the player base that I came up with in the game was very much oriented around that. People weren't really trying to whale their way into winning in the game. They were like, you know, fractal speedrun, dungeon speedrun, raid flake speedrun. How can we parse gold?